The Young Casper Show. I hope you like it. Do you like it? Don't try to fight it. See, we all make mistakes sometimes. I cannot hear the beat, but I don't even need to be asked why. Because that's how I'm performing. Sometimes we really get just so sidetracked that we be ignoring the feelings inside. Sometimes we want to go and binge drinking and ask ourselves how high or how low can we get? Can the memories we forget? And I just know sometimes, yeah, there are ups and downs, but sometimes you gotta turn that frown upside down on your own. Yes, I'm just alone, but not really, cause I got the Holy Spirit in my own. Talk about my bones. Every time I wake, I had a good day, and I thank the Lord each and every time, and this is His time that I give. It's all about how we really need to try to live a little better. I know we got our pride in the way, but let me measure. I got a lot of things going on. Do you like it? Do you get excited? I hope you don't. Do you be very right? Alright, this is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, the Young Casper Show. I want to go ahead and take this time to go ahead and thank God, Jesus, Holy Spirit for another day, and also be able to post this on Facebook, letting a lot of my fans and a lot of people that are close to me know that I am live. So bear with me. We have a great episode in store today. To Turnt. And for you not so hip viewers, that is a term for being too drunk, or, on a binge, or, it's in songs. Get turned, and I've been turned plenty of times, as well as you that is listening. And tonight I just want to share with you a little bit of my experience. Oh, we lost a little signal there, but we're all right. We're going to be able to keep a good signal tonight, so don't worry. I just had to get off the Wi-Fi and use my actual phone signal. So as I post this, we're also going to be going over some Bible verses that are going to be able to break down what drunkenness is and how much of it is a disease. And we're just going to be talking about a lot of different things. Things that we should already know, but it's going to be addressed in a format of belief, but also a point of view of experience of just life. So, yeah, I'm excited for this episode. I've been thinking about it all day. At work, it was just a great day, and I'm very happy to say that. Some days aren't so great. So, it's an honor to be able to take time out of my day and do a live show for Christ and for my faith. And it's like I've explained this plenty of times on episodes, that it's like kind of like my therapy. And I know you can hear in my voice I'm a little under the weather, but you know what? I still go. I went to work all week. It's time to get really in depth into it. So let me post this right now. And yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting show, actually. So let's break it down. This is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, the Young Casper Show. I appreciate you again for joining. And if you are recently just joining, you're in store for a treat. And we also will be doing a couple live freestyles, kind of like a mixtape night as well. Like I've stated, I've been waiting for this all day, and to be home, relaxing. And I'm very surprised how the day went. The day went very pleasant, and I am more than ecstatic about that, and even more excited for the show, because I want to share with you. I should have put it on the picture for this episode, but after work, the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen in my life with the clouds. Don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of pictures in different places, but this sunset, it got my attention, obviously, because of the red, but and the orange, different colors. But what really got me was just something told me to look up and just give thanks. and to appreciate that you had a good day. And that's exactly what I did. And I appreciated what I was even able to even see. We don't see the blessings that we have daily because we're so distracted by what we don't have. We're so distracted by, what other people have and what we don't have. And I'm a victim of that as well. I believe we all go through that. And the one thing that we don't also consider, and I'll get more into my story, but we don't consider that the person that is, that people don't go through terrible situations like we've been through. Some people have a better way of covering them up, and not necessarily a way of covering them up. It's a way of accepting them and moving forward. That's how you become successful, I believe. And I'm not stating that because I'm successful, but if you want to ask me if I am successful in peace of heart and mind, I'm pretty much there. And that's because I accept and move forward with what's been going on. And there's only been one thing in my life that has always, lingered my minds and my emotions, and that is something that is very, I, I, I hold close to me because it was something that was, to me, I felt that I made an impact in someone's life without even seeing them. And that's what Jesus has done for me. So I can only admire that experience and that journey. And I know that I have not been, the most, complete. All right, so we've been out for just a second. Sorry about that delay, but there's a lot of things that we don't consider. Other people around us, when we want to get what we want, we get what we want. And I'm speaking from a personality of, I've been self-centered. I've been, only looking out for mine, but that doesn't mean that I haven't thought about my actions and thought about what I was doing. But there's been times where I blacked out. There's been times where, I just didn't know what I was doing. And that's what drinking does for me. So, and I know I've said this plenty of times, and so have you, the listener. I know you have probably stated this plenty of times. I don't know what necessarily your reason is for saying this, but, I am completely done with drinking, and it's just, okay, it's not that exciting. I know that everybody's like, oh yeah, let's go get drunk tonight. And trust me, I'm not going to say I'm not tempted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm honestly the type of person that has made, promises, and not necessarily towards people, but towards myself and God, and broke them and fallen and went right back into the same roads, leading to the same exits. It's amazing what God can do for you even in those times where you have strayed him. He shows you by humbling you. If you don't humble yourself, God will humble you. And I believe living life more humbly and accepting things for what they are and changing the things you can, and to make a better impact on not only your relationships, but your well-being. We all tend to stress ourselves a little bit too much. And these are things that I'm coming to realization and I'm putting into effect. And, I believe that we as humans need to go through the mistakes, sometimes even multiple times, to be able to master how to be patient, how to be vigilant, how to be understanding of the situations. And this is something that is a life learning process. If we can be able to get along more. I know I'm getting off topic, but this is something that I believe in my heart that needs to be off my chest. This is a crucial year. And I'm not just saying that. You can see it, you can feel it, you can, feel the different shifts of energies. I don't know if you can, but I mean, it's going to a different era. And I hope that you are ready. I hope that you can just accept that not only yourself, but the people around you, have made mistakes. And there's maybe that someone that you need to reach out to that needs your love and support, but there's been something in the past. I want anyone to listen. Anyone that's listening tonight, I encourage you to forgive one of your enemies. Forgive someone that did you wrong. Even if they don't accept it and don't have gratitude for it, you will. Because not only will that help you and your peace and you let the grudge go, but you put the ball in their court. What's their next move going to be? Are they going to be rude? And I don't know the situation, and I don't need to know the situation. I don't need to know what happened. I don't need to know the details. All you need to know is, do you have it in your heart to forgive? Our parents, our friends, a lot of the times they forgive us for what we've done. But we don't forgive ourselves. We hold it dearly to us. We let it hold us down. But for how long? For how long? I don't know. And I hope that I can understand that more and more as I go on. But I understand that pain is gain, though. We as human beings, I know where I'm getting on topic. I'm off topic, but this is my venting part because I haven't really vented a lot in any of my episodes, so bear with me. We're going to get to the turnt. We're going to turn it up as soon as possible. But anyways, it's been an interesting beginning of the year, but I don't want to get too much into depth in that yet. Bear with me. We all need to respect one another. Doesn't it sound so simple, right? It sounds like something your mom would tell you. You just respect your friends. Like it's something simple, but it's something that we need to hear. Because how many times have you gotten upset at someone that messed up your order? You did not respect that person. You made fun of that person, whatever maybe they wearing or whatever they might have looked like or saying. You called them a name. We've all been there. We've done it. But respect. All I want out of this, being a radio host, being a recording artist, of course, we need the views to be a successful network. But I want the respect. I want people to appreciate my music and appreciate my episodes. And as much as, some of the mainstream artists and actors and this and that, maybe they don't like the attention, meaning they don't like the appreciation, the reach out, to just a minute of your time to just say, hey, that was a great episode. That was great. Or share it. Or, just talk about it with a friend or family member. Those little things. For I know a lot of artists and a lot of, anyone that's trying to pursue their dream. It's something that's very encouraging. It's respect for that person's ambition and drive to do what it is they want to do, even though they'd be told that there's not very much percentage of people that actually make it. But what are we supposed to do about this? What are we supposed to do? Don't give up. Because I'm not giving up. This is episode 106. And I have other music and different episodes, but I haven't even reached 12,000 yet. See, for me, I want more. We all want more. And we got to watch out for the distractions. But this is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, the Young Casper Show.